Hello Coding Aliens, welcome to my YouTube channel Code with Aki. How are you doing guys? So in this video we are going to build React weather application. You can see here we have already deployed this project on Firebase, so you guys can get this link in the description, or you guys can simply check out this link with your own self here. So here we have a weather application, and this weather application is supported by more than 25 languages. As you can see here, we have a list of all the languages that we have here in the drop down here. So it supports more than 25 languages, that is international languages, and this international languages is that we get it from directly from the Open Weather API. So in this video we will teach you and we will see how we can implement the whole thing and build a very nice and scalable weather application in React. So I'm just going to simply change the language here. I'm just going to simply change the language Hindi here. So now I have changed the language Hindi, and now when I hit the enter button you will see the whole thing is now changed here. It is Delhi, and here the description of how the weather will be there, and here we have the data also here. So basically we have the hourly weather report, the daily weather report. So this is the hourly weather report. You can see here we have a weather report for different hours. You can see here we have the weather report at 6:30, that is the next day. 6:30 the temperature will be 33 degrees centigrade, and this is the whole hourly weather report we have fetching it from the Open Weather API. Then we have a daily weather report. You can see here this is daily weather report. We have Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, means it just have all the weather report for the first 7 days, that is the weekdays there. So this whole application will be built in React, and we will integrate the Open Weather API for this whole thing here. And one and most important thing is the language. Here you can see here we have the languages here, right? So we have 25 plus languages, so we can put this whole thing on our GitHub profile or in our resume. Okay, so it is a very nice project for the beginners in React and the one who know a little bit about React and have not done any project yet. So this will be a starter project for all you guys. So if you are new here, make sure to subscribe this channel and hit the bell icon to never miss any updates, because we are going to build more and more awesome projects just like this, right? So let's go and first of all integrate. First of all we will set up our Open Weather API, right? So how you can do this? So if you have not any account on the Open Weather API, so you can create your account and you will get a live API link, so you can simply get all this data from that API. So I'm just going to simply show you a step-by-step procedure there also. So you can see here we are on this openweathermap.org. I will drop the link in the description. You guys will go and simply check out from there also. So you can see here we have a tons of different APIs here. You can see here we have a current weather data, we have hourly forecast, that is for 4 days. We have one call API. So in this video we are going to use this one call API. What this one call API will provide us, it just provide us a minute forecast, it provide the hourly forecast, it provide the daily forecast, it provide the historical data, it provide the national weather alerts if there will be any weather alerts for that specific region. It just provide the weather alert also. It just provide whole data in the JSON format, and it will be a paid free or the paid version also. So I just make sure that this API will be free only for 1000 requests per day, and if you want to have more than that, then you have to purchase the paid subscription there. So for the free 1000 API calls per day, I think it is very important for us, because 1000 API per month per day is a lot. So we are building this whole application for learning, so I don't think we are going to scale it for our business. So if you want to do that, you have to simply purchase the subscription there. So let's open this API doc here, and here inside of this API doc you will get the link that is here. So basically you can see here we have to pass the latitude, longitude, and the exclude part is basically which part you want to remove from your data. Means if you have removed the hourly data or the minutely data or the daily data, you have to simply pass it here exclusively, or it is an optional, so you can pass it or not. And then you have to simply put a API key there also in the app ID here. So I think that's it. The documentation that you guys will need, and you can go and simply check out and learn each and every documentation of this open weather API. So let's now get started in the Visual Studio Code and how we can do this. So here if you click on this API, I'm just simply show you the API thing also there. So when you click on this API, so you have to simply get your own API key. So how you will get this? So you have to generate your API key, which is a very basic. So I will just simply let you see also that thing. If you don't have any account here, so you can create a new account here by providing the username, email, and the password. And you have to simply check both of these check boxes, and then you have to hit the correct create account button there. And here when you click on this, then you will get an API link, API ID, the unique API ID. You have to simply copy that ID and use in the application, right? So let's open the Visual Studio Code, and here, so here inside of the Visual Studio Code, I have already started our boilerplate React application using the npx create React app. And here you can see here we have a boilerplate source directory and whole thing here. If you can see here, so basically we have an app.js here, and we have all logo, SVG, and all that thing. So what I will do, I will simply remove the header section from here, and here put a weather component here like this. Okay, and then what I will do, I will first create a folder with the name of component and put all the component inside of this component directory. And inside of this component we just create a weather.js, right? So basically we just create a weather.js here, and here we will create a functional component. So it is very easy to create the functional component. You just have to put the RFCE. You can install the snippets directly from the marketplace in the Visual Studio Code. And here for the testing purpose, I will just put here hello from weather application. So hello from weather app. So this is I have done this for the testing purpose. Is it working or not? And then inside of this app.js, what I will do, I will simply import it so that it will easily render there. So I will simply import it here, and will simply remove the logo because we are not going to use any logo there. I will simply remove the logo, test file, and the app test also. So I will just simply remove these three things here, and here I will just simply save this. Okay, and now what I will do, I will simply start our React application. So to start React application, you have to simply fire the command npm start in the terminal, so that the nice React application will be started. So basically I have removed the header section from the app.js, so that's why you will not get to see the logo of the spinning logo of the React. But if you not change anything, and just when you hit the enter button with the npm start command, you will get a React application logo, that will be a spinning logo in the browser console. So it will simply start our React application here using this command npm start, and inside of this npm start this weather.js component, that is the hello from weather, I will be rendered. Okay, so for that I will just create a sample code that is very easy for you to also create this sample code. So what I will do, I will just create a sample code of this. You can see here the thing that we are seeing here, this sample code. We will create first this sample code, and then we will integrate our APIs there, right? So let's do it now. So you can see a hello from the weather app, but it is automatically default styled here. So what I will do, first of all, we have to simply remove everything from app.js and save this. And inside of this index.js, what I will do, I will put a strict here for all the pages. We just put the margin and the padding to 0, so it will simply disable the whole inbuilt automatic inbuilt styling feature there. And now let's save this. Okay, so we are done with this. And now what I will do, I will just create a sample code of this whole UI. We just create in the React, so it is very easy. You can populate all these things or UI according to yourself. So our main focus on our main priority is integrating the data and just rendering the whole thing here. So that's why we will just focus on that thing also, on that thing only. So here inside of this weather.js, I will just paste the whole UI that I have already created and push the whole thing on our GitHub. So you will guys get the GitHub repository also in the description. So if you have any issue with the code for the UI, you can simply get a reference from the GitHub source code. So let's put that thing here. So we have pasted the UI for that, the basic UI. You can simply put create your own UI, and this is not the thing that we have to implement it here. Our main focus is to just integrate the thing and render the whole thing, like you can see here on the screen. So it is the basic UI we have created here in React here. So here you can see here we have a drop down icon. So for that you guys will need Material UI. So to install Material UI, you have to open the terminal. Inside of this terminal, you have to install the Material UI code and the icon, both of the dependencies first of all, to use the material icons there, right? So you have to simply install that thing here also inside here. So inside of this terminal, just fire the command npm install @material UI code and then Material UI icon, right? So here we just fire the command Material UI code and Material UI icons. So let's put this thing also, Material UI icons. Fine. Now what I will do, I will hit the enter button. It will install the Material UI code and the Material UI icon in our project directory here. So we have installed that, both of these dependencies, that is Material UI code and the icons there. And now what I will do, I will now save this, and let's go to a deployed version here. Instead of the deployed version, now it is failed to compile. Let's see where it is showing here. So we have this arrow drop down icon, right? So let's see at the top we have this arrow drop down icon. Okay, so we have just to remove this icon from there and there also. Now let's save this. Okay, so here it will now it is now still compiling, I think. So that's why it is not rendered yet. So let's see, is it compiling or not? So it is compiling here. You can see here it is still compiling. So let it compile first of all. So it is now compiled here. Now you can see here the whole thing is now rendering on the screen. But one thing that is not we are not seeing here, it is not styled here, right? So we have not add the styling, that is the CSS folder here. So I will add the CSS file also here. So what I will do, I will just import it from, so import it from weather.css, and we'll create a weather.css file here inside of this. So here inside of this I will just create a file that is a weather.css CSS, and I have already done the CSS stuff also here. So I will just simply paste the CSS whole code here, and you will see it will be now styled there, right? So let's paste the CSS code here. Okay, so now you can see here we have the whole CSS uh, code here for this styling weather.js, and I have already told you guys our main motive and our main focus to build this whole application to uh, is to teach you the things how to integrate the whole thing, the hourly data and the hourly and the daily data there on the screen using the API. So our main focus is on that, and it is just a port uh, it's just a prototype of the things that you guys have to do, because I have done a lot of CSS and styling stuff and the JS UI creation stuff earlier, and you guys all get this whole tutorial of that in our previous videos, in that is already on our channel. So let's save this, and now you will see here the whole thing is now styled here, right? So everything is now styled here using because you can see here we have whole things you can see here. So everything is now styled here. Now the only thing that we are left with it is the name of all the languages here. So for that language I will just create a language.js file. So we'll just create a language.js. So basically this language will create the code and the name of the language there, right? So we just create a language.js. So we have just like an array, we just have an array, and we have a language and whole thing there also, right? So what I will do, I will paste the whole code for the languages here, and I will drop the link of the source code in the description. You guys will get the whole code of this language from my GitHub repositories, right? So yeah, we have the whole all the languages here, and now at the last we have export that language there, so we can use it anywhere in our application here. So inside of this weather.js, what I will do, I will just import the language here. So import language from, we just import it from the language.js, and here if you see we have this select here. So what I will do, I will simply uncomment this thing here, and here we have this language.map. So we have this lang.map, and we have this code, and we have the name of the language here. Now what I will do, we'll just simply save this, and here we will see here the whole all the language, we will get it here directly from there. So I think we have a type error, that is the languages webpack is okay. Let it refresh one more time, and it will be okay. So I think there will be an issue with this. So first of all, remove that thing, remove the issue first of all there. Okay, so basically we have the issue with the default a.map function. We have this we have the issue with that. Oh, oops, I have got that issue. Because of this we have not saved this language.js, so that's why we are getting this error. So now it is now resolved here. Now you can see here the we have all the languages here, right? So this is the languages that we have this weather application here inside our build, and we can simply switch between whole languages, and all of these languages are international languages. So you can see we have a very nice project with this language features also in the weather application, right? So we have these things here. Okay, now what I will do, it's time to create time to create an API. So for that API, what I will do, I will create a creds.json, which contains our unique secret API key. So you guys have also create a creds.json. So creds.json will contain our API key, which is very important. So we'll just create we have this API key here. So here we just put our API key, right? So the secret API key, and for the security reason I will simply put the API key, and will simply switch to the weather.js, right? So we have pasted the API key there in the creds.json, and here what I will do, I will simply import the creds. So simply import the creds from creds.json like this, and here we have imported the creds here. Fine. Then you can see here I will just create the whole stuff here also. So first of all, what I will do, will create call a function that will be fired when we submit our form, means when we put the location name that is inside of this input field that we got there. So what we will do, I will simply uncomment this handle submit here, and here we'll just create a function that is a handle submit. So handle submit function will create here. Okay, so we have created a handle submit function here, and you can see here we have an input field. To get the things inside of this input field, we create and a state for that. So we have a search and set search state. So initially it will be an empty array, sorry, empty string. So we just put an empty string there here. Okay, so we just put the empty string here for the uh, for the for the location field we have here, right? Then we what we will do, we will just put the thing here. So we just uncomment the whole thing here. So we have the value that is search, and on change we just put the e.target.value, right? So we have these things here. Okay, so handle submit will call if we have a search, we have a search data, means the search will not be an empty string. So if the search will be an empty string, we will not call this handle submit function. So for this we will just add an else statement also. So here for this we just put and console, or just put the alert function. So alert, we just alert the user that uh, enter valid email, enter valid location. Okay, so enter valid location will be the thing. Okay, so then on handle submit we just call a base URL. So I'll just put the base URL here. So const base URL. So we have a URL that is a base, that will be acts like a base URL, and you will got this base URL from the you will get this base URL directly from the API documentation that we have there. Okay, so let's get that. So this is the base URL here, and now here we will use a fetch. We'll just simply put the fetch, and here we just put the URL, right? So we have a base URL here. So we just put the URL here, that is a URL. Okay, so we just put that thing here, and okay, and then we have to paste this. So here we have weather, and here we just have to provide the city name. So instead of this we just have to provide the location that we have. So for the location that we got, it is inside of this search, right? So search is then a state that we have created for the search location input field that we have there. So we have just put the city name to the search, and we have this app ID. So for this app ID, what I will do here, for the app ID we have a creds. So we have already pasted this app ID inside of this creds.json. So here for this we just put the creds dot, and we have the API inside of this creds.json. So here it just we just put the fetch here. So it will fetch that thing, and it just return a callback function. So for that we have a then here, and it just deliver the JSON type data. So for that we just put res.json, right? So we have just put the res.json. After that we just want to call a function that is to display the creds and the things that we get it here. So what we will do, we will simply call a function here here, so to get the things here. So we'll just call a function that is a display data. So we just put that thing here. So we have a function that is a display data. So here just let's create the function that is display data. So let's create that. So let's create that function. So display function, you create a function with the const also, but I will just create a very traditional way of traditional way of method declaration here. So functional data, and here we have inside of this functional data what we have on weather data, right? So we have a weather data, so we just put it inside of this underscore data, and let's console out the data that we got it here. So let's console.log, and here we have a data. So basically we just simply consoled the out the information that we get it here. So I will just put it here and the right side and put this thing in the left side there. Okay, so we have these things here. Okay, so now what I will do, I will just simply save this and now refresh the page. Okay, let it compile first of all. Okay, so it is compiled here. So what I will do, I will open the console also here. So inside of this console, okay, so we will get the whole things there. So here we inside of this console, we just want to put the location here. So for this location we just put the location name Chennai, and now hit the enter button. Okay, so we have seen it is refreshing, right? It is automatically, page automatically reloads, but we don't want the page to automatically reload. So how we will do this? So for that we just put it and event and object, and here we put the e.prevent default. So it will protects our page for any default reloading feature there. Now let's save this. Okay, and now inside of this location we just once again put put the location name, that is Chennai, and now hit the enter button. Okay, so there is a syntax error in the syntax expected in the JSON at the end of the input. Okay, like let's find out the issue. The error we got it here because we have not returned the JSON data. So let's return this. So let's put that thing. Okay, fine. Put the curly braces and grab the whole thing and put it inside of this. So now let's save this. Okay, and now inside of this, now hit the enter button. Okay, so okay, so let's put the HTTPS there, colon. Now fine, it is now fine here. Okay, so let's hit the enter button here. Okay, so if you see here inside this console we have and data, right? So if you see here we have this console here. So we have the name, that is Hajipur, and we have a base station, we have the cloud, we have the coordinates there, we have a date, ID, the temperature, we have this system, that is we have a sunrise, sunset, the country name, the weather, we have a weather report, the current weather report, that is a Hage. Okay, so we have a description here also, and we have the icon for the icons for here, and now we have a wind speed, the degree, and all that things here. So our main priority is to show the current weather here, here, right? So if you see here, uh, we just want to show the current weather directly here, and we just put the hourly weather here and daily weather here, right? So let's grab this thing and put the whole thing there also. So how we will do this? So it is very easy. So here we have these things here. So what I will do, I will create an estate here for this. So let's create the estate, that is we just create the estate with the name of base, and just put the set base, and here we have a use state, and we just create an empty object here. And here in the display data, what I will do, we will simply set the base. So we just simply set the base with the data that we got get there, right? Okay, so we just get the thing here. Okay, and then if you see here, we have the location name. So here let's see the location name. So basically we have a search here. So I will put the search thing, that is a language search later. First of all, let's populate all the data first of all there. So we have a location name. So for this location name, we have a base. So we have a base dot, here we have a name, so we have a base dot name. So let's put the base dot name. So let's save this. You will see here we have a name there also. Okay, let's refresh this. Okay, so name is not showing, I think. Let's put the name first of all here. So let's put the Delhi. So here you can see the name is added here. So here let's put the another location, that is a Chennai. So here you can see the Chennai here, but we will want to show, we will just want to show the let's add the console.log thing also, because it will simply have an issue with that. So simply put the console.log, and we just simply console the data first of all, so to get the whole thing there inside of our debugging browser there. Okay, so we have this console here. Okay, now let's hit the enter button for the Chennai one more time. Okay, so we have whole data here. So basically after that Chennai, what we will do, we just want to show the name of the country also there. So we just put the thing also there. So we have a base name, that is the name of the city that we have just put there, and then we have a base dot system, and dot we have a country. So let's put that country there. Now let's save this. Now we will have a country name also there. Then we have a date. So for this date, what we will do, we just convert this date to a readable format. We just put the date like this, base dot date, like this, base dot date. So just show the date here, but this date is in the Unix time. So we just want to convert this date to a readable format. So what we will do, we will simply convert this date to the exact date, that is today's date there. So how we will do this? So first, for that, what we will do, we will create a function for displaying date. So we just create a function. So let's create a function here, display date. Let's put the date, display date here. That is the name of the function there. Okay, display date, let's put it in the const like that. So display date, and here we just create a function here. So basically the display date function, we will call the display date function here in the date that we actually have here. So here we will just call a function that is the display date. So let's put the display date. Okay, so display date, and we just pass that date, right? So we just pass that date. So we just convert this date, right? So first of all, let's convert this into a date object first of all, and then we pass it this date as a as an argument for this display date. So here we just pass this, and here we have a date here. So let's create a date variable here, and here we have a new date, and here we have a d, that is a date, and we just multiply it by 1000 to convert it to the actual date that is here. So it is a Unix time stamp here. Okay, so that's why we have this multiplied it by 1000 there. So what we will do was, first of all, we will create an array for the day, that is for the days and for the month there. Okay, so let's put it here. Okay, so we have already created a date object there inside our function, so there is no need to create a date there. Also we can pass it by multiplying 1000 directly from here, but we will do it inside of the function. That will be very easy for us. So basically we just want to convert this date to a readable format. So we have this here, then we just have a date. So basically we just create where day. So basically 1 2 3 4, just like that. So for this we have a date dot get date, then we have a month. So for this month, we just put it in the months array, because we have a month array. So here we just put this thing inside of this month array that we have already created here. So month array will just it just generally return d dot get month. So basically the date dot get month will return the index number. So basically 0 is for January, 1 for February, 2 for March, April, May, June, and it just came in that order there, right? Then we have a year. So for this year we have this, so we just put there date dot get full year. So date dot get full year, and it will just return a 2021. And what we will do, we just simply return the whole thing. So we just want to simply return the whole thing. So how we will do this? So simply put there return, and here in the return statement, what we will add, we have a date. So let's put we have a day, sorry, so we have a day. Then we want to add then we just want to add a space. Then we have a month name. So here we have a month name. So we have a month. Then we just put an space there, and then we have an year, right? So we have this year. Now let's save this. You will see the date will be in a readable format here. Okay, so here you can see here date is in the readable format, that is 4 June 2021, right? Then we have a temperature. So basically this is the temperature, that is the current temperature here. So if you see in the here inside of this weather section there, so inside of this weather section we have the description, right? So we have the description, right? We don't have the temperature here. So for the temperature, it is inside of this main. If you see here, we have a feels like, we have the temperature mean and the temperature max, right? So let's put that thing. But you can see here this data is the temperature is in the Kelvin, right? So what I will do, I will convert it to we just want to convert it to the Celsius. Either you will pass the unit metrics in the API call, or you can simply convert it to the Celsius by subtracting this thing by 273.15, that is the Kelvin there. So what I will do here inside of this, you can see here. Okay, so first of all, now we have a icon here, weather icon here. So let's render the weather icon here. So we have a base dot weather icon here. So base dot weather icon, and here we have this weather icon there. Okay, so let's remove this. Okay, so here it will show the icon of that respective weather. Fine, so let's save this. Now you will see there will be an icon for the weather here. Okay, now you can see here the icon, we have this icon here. Okay, so let me make it bigger here. Okay, then you can see here we have the temperature here. So what I said already, that the temperature here you can see it is in the Kelvin. So we just want to convert this temperature to the to the Celsius. So how we will do this? So we just first of all convert the string to the int. So we just use a function that is a parse int. So inside of this parse int, we just provide this temperature. So we have this base dot main dot temp. So here we have this temperature, and we just want to convert, simply subtract it from the 273.15, which will convert it to the Kelvin, right? So we just subtract it, and after that subtraction, we just want to put a fixed here, because we don't want to have a decimal precision number there. We just get the absolute number by this. So here we have just subtracted here. Now you can see it is now 30 degrees centigrade, and we will do the same thing for the temperature mean and the temperature max and the real fill also here. So for this real fill, we just put this thing here also for the real fill temperature that we already have here. So here we have a real fill. Instead of this temp, we have another data set that is a feels like, with feels like, right? So now let's save this. This is the feels like here. Now it will be updated, but it is not a number. So let's see why it is showing not a number. So base dot main, right? And then we have a feels like, right? Not feel like. Okay, now you can see here it will be updated, that is a 37 degree centigrade. And then we have a description. Okay, so let's have this, we have this description here. So you can see here the description is the this thing here, that is the description, that is a few clouds here. So let's put the description here. Okay, so let's put the description here. Okay, so if we have a base dot weather, because it will throw error, so that's why we have this, put this. If we have this base dot weather, then we just want to render this. So base dot weather, and here base dot weather, and inside of this weather, right, inside of this weather we have inside of this weather we have a description. So let's put the description here. Okay, now let's save this. You will see here we have the description also there on the screen, that is a few clouds here. Fine, and then we have a temperature min and a max. So let's paste this thing for the temperature min and the max. So main, inside of this main we have okay, so let's scroll it up. Okay, so we have a temp max and temp min. So here instead of this in temp we have a temp max, and same thing we just put the temp min for the minimum temperature. So we have this temp min. Now let's save this. The whole thing, both of these things will be updated now. Okay, so we have done with our current weather scenario here. Okay, so we are done with our current weather scenario, but the only thing that is left is the language here. So how we will set the language of this? So what you have to do, you have to create on change property, create an state for the language here. So we have just uncomment this. Let's go at the top, and here just create an state that is for the language. So let's create that const, and we have this language. So langs set langs. Okay, now you just set. So what we will do, we will set the language, that is English. That is, initially the language will be set automatically to the English, and then we will simply change the language there. Okay, so we have a language here. Okay, and here we have this. So after that search here, we just pass here the language there. So here we just pass the language that we have. So we have just put the langs here. Okay, and here inside of this select also, here we just update this thing here. Okay, so we have updated that thing. Now let's save this. Now you will see we have a language thing. We will have this language, but you can see here the country is undefined. So let's see where we have this error. Okay, so we have this 84. So it is because it is called and we have refreshed this. So we just use a chain operation rule here. Okay, so let's put it here also the question mark for the chain operation to remove that error. Okay, let's put the name, base name also there, also country. Okay, let's refresh this. Okay, so temp is undefined. We have to simply put the temp also like this. Okay, so let's select the language here. First of all, I will select the language Hindi, and now I will just hit the enter button. Okay, let's see. Okay, the line it is not selected. Let's see what's happening here. Okay, I think, okay, so you have to pass the uh, parameter here. So let's pass the parameter right now here. So the parameter is lang, I think lang lang equal to, and I think this is the parameter here. Now we have just saved this. Okay, now hit the enter button. Okay, now you can see here it is now changed to the Hindi language here. We can simply change the language to the Hebrew. Okay, so you can see the language is changed to the Hebrew. Okay, so we can change the language to the Albanian. So the language changed to the Albanian. Okay, we can simply change the language to the Russian. We have this Spanish. So let's see what it is in the Spanish description here. We can simply change the language in the Russian. So you can see here the language is in the Russian, that is the Mumbai. Okay, So we have a language, we have sort out the language thing here also. Okay, so the next, that is hourly weather report and the daily weather report. So for the hourly weather report and the daily weather report, you have to get the coordinates. So because you can see here we have these coordinates, that already we have the chords here, right? So we will use these coordinates here. So what we will do, we have a const, we just create a state for the coordinates. So we have these chords, set chords. So here initially it will be an empty object like this, and when we have call this handle submit here, we will simply set the coordinates also. So let's set the chords, right, like this, and here we will simply set the chords with the data that we have. So data dot chord will set the chords here. Okay, so we have set the chords with it, with this, and then we will call a function that is a hourly function and the daily function. So we'll just call a function. Let's create a function that is, we just give it the name handle hourly daily data. So we have just given the name handle hourly daily data, and here we have this function. So we will call this function after that, after this display data. Okay, so we have this display data, then we will call another function, and here we just pass handle hourly daily data like this. So we pass that here, pass this function here. Okay, so if we have chords, right? So if we have this chords that we have set that state already at the very top here, you can see we have this chord, then we call this function, and then we just call a fetch URL. So here we will call this fetch URL, and we have already have an URL there. So let's put the URL here, okay, in the capital. Okay, so we have a URL here. So here we will call a one call API, so that we are talking about. So this one call API will give us hourly and the daily forecast of the weather. Okay, so let's open the doc for the one call API, and here inside of this doc we have a one call, and we have these things here. So let's copy this and paste it here. Okay, so we have these things here, and we just simply paste it down here. So we have a one call, we have a latitude, we have the longitude, and we have the exclude part. So what I will do, I will remove the exclude part, because we will get we just want the whole data, right? Okay, then we have a one call latitude, longitude, and this. So for this latitude, we have the chords dot latitude. If you see here, we have this chords dot latitude, right? So here we just put this. Okay, so prior to this, we just want to console the coordinates also, first of all. So let's console.log, just put the coordinates that we have. So just put the chords here. Okay, now we just call this function later. So what we will do, we will simply comment this at this time. So let's we have just comment this. Okay, now let's save this. Okay, so we have saved that, save this thing. Okay, now refresh. Okay, let's put it the Chennai, location Chennai. Now hit the enter button. Okay, so we have a Chennai here. Okay, let's see whether we have a day we have the coordinates or not. Okay, so we have this coordinate, we have the latitude and longitude, that is already there. Okay, so here we have this latitude. For the latitude, what I will do, we have this chords here. So what I will do, we have this chords dot lat, that is for the latitude. Okay, then we have the longitude. For this longitude, we have a chords dot longitude. So let's put a dollar sign also there. Okay, and then we have this API. So for this API, we have a creds dot API like this, that we have already put the creds dot JSON here. Okay, now let's uncomment this data. So we have just uncomment this. Okay, so how we will get these things there. So here we what I will do, I will put a data that we have. Just put the data here. Okay, so here we just put the data that we have. So we will just call this function after that, and we just have a fetch URL of that. Okay, let's remove that. Okay, let's put this then here, and then okay, so we are done. Okay, fine. We have to simply call this function. So after that it is just return a callback function. So let then just put the callback, that is a res. We just put the res, and here we have this res dot, we just simply return that. So return, put the return statement, return res dot json. Okay, so we just return that thing. Okay, and then we just call the function. Let's call the function. Okay, what we'll do, we'll simply call that function. So let's call a function that is display hourly or daily data. So call a function display hourly, daily. Hourly, for that we just put HD data, display HD data, that is hourly or daily data, like that. So we have this call, just call that function here. Fine. Okay, so let's call a function that is an hourly or daily. Let's okay, then we have a function. So let's define that function, that is we have here. So function display HD data, hourly or daily data. So we have just called the function here, and here we just have a data, right? So let's have, we have this data here, and we just firmly console out the data. So let's console out the data that we have. So data. Okay, now let's save this. Okay, we will have hourly or daily data that we have passed there. So let's see it is coming or not. Okay, so now it is refreshed. Now hit the enter button. Okay, so we have hourly or daily data. You can see here at the very bottom of here. Okay, now I'm just make it bigger, and now you can see here we have a current data, we have a daily, that is for 8. You can see here we have the 8 array of 8 elements, that is for the whole week data. Then we have this hourly data, that is a 48, means it have a 48 hours of data, right? So next 48 hours of data we have here. Then we have a minutely data. So it is and it has the data for the next hour, right? So this is the whole thing that we have. So let's implement that thing here. So for that hourly daily, what I will do, I will create two let's create two things. Okay, where okay, so at the top let's create an state that is hourly, and then set hourly. Just put the set hourly here, and use a state. Initially it will be an empty array. Then we will have a daily data. So for this daily, just put the daily, set daily, and here we have a use state, and it will be an empty array. So we have a hourly data, and we have this daily data. Okay, so we have this thing here, and what we will do, we will set the hourly data here inside of this function. So set hourly, and we just provide the data dot hourly. So it is for the hourly. Then similarly for this daily data, so set daily. So set daily, we just have a data dot daily, like that. Fine. And what I will do, will simply map this array inside of our inside of here. So we have a weather info and weather temp, that is for the current. Let's find out the hourly data. So we have this hourly here, we have the hourly data here. So let's remove that thing first of all here. Okay, we have an hourly data here and daily data here. Okay, so we have an hourly data here, so let's do that. Okay, so here we just have an hourly data. So here hourly, and we just call a function that is a map function. We will map each and every data we have there. So we have a data, and we just map over the whole 48 elements there. Okay, so let's grab this whole div that is inside of this weather info, and we just grab this whole div and put it inside inside of this hourly map here. Now let's save this. You will see here we will have a 48 data that we have here. Okay, uh, let's collapse this. Okay, now let's say search for Chennai. So let's search for Chennai, and now you will see here the data we will have for the Chennai here. So we have a 48 data. Now the only thing that is remaining here is that to show the timing, right? So what I will do, I will simply show the timing of that data. So the only thing that is left here with the timing, the icon, and the temperature. So let's show the icon here. So for this icon, let's uncomment this. This is for the icon here. So now let's save this. Okay, so the whole icon, now you can see here the icon is now showing on the screen. Okay, fine. Okay, so the icon will be showing on the screen here, right? And then we have this date. So basically it is hourly data, so we will show the timing here. And okay, so we will show the timing here. So let's see what exactly the time we have here inside of this hourly data. So here we have this hourly data here, and now you can see here we have this date dt. So basically this is time here. So we will call a function for the time. So let's call the function. So let's call the function that is display time. So display time, and we just pass the data, the day time that we have here inside of this. So we just have a data dot dt, and we just call a function at the top. Here we just call a function. So let's call a function const display time, and here we will provide the date time that we already have there, and here we have this time here. Okay, now let's convert it to the time here. So we have this time, and new, first of all convert it to the date object here, multiply by 1000 because it is in a Unix timestamp here. And now here what we will simply get the timing here, time of that here. So how we will get this? So we just call a function. We have to get the hour and the minutes, right? So we have an hour, so we just put the hours like that, and we have this time dot get hours like this. Similarly we have this minute. So for this we have this minutes. So here we have this minute, so time dot get minutes like this. Okay, so here we have this, and now what we will do, we just simply return that. So let's return this. So we have this hours. So first of all we have this hour, then we have an space there. So let's put colon sign, okay, like that, and then we have a minutes. Okay, so let's put the minutes here. Okay, now let's save this. You will see that it will be converted to the time that we have here. So you can see here it is now converted to the time here. Okay, the only thing that is left is the temperature. So you can see here we have this temperature data also inside of this so it is it is in the Kelvin. So what we will do, we will convert it to the Celsius. So let's convert this to Celsius. So what I will do, I will grab this, copy this, and simply go at the bottom here. And now instead of this temperature, what I will do, I will simply paste here. So we have a data dot main. So let's remove this instead of this base. So we have this data, and inside of this data we have directly temp. Okay, so let's remove this. So we have a temp already like this. Now let's save this. You will see here it will be updated. Okay, so it is now updated here. The only thing now, if you see we are done with the hourly data here. Okay, so the 48 hours, the next 48 hours, the whole data is coming for the next 48 hours data, right? Okay, the only thing that is left is the daily weather report. So we have already have a uh, daily weather report inside of our, that we have already created a state that is for the set daily. So here we have already have a daily state here. So we will put it inside of this container. So we have this daily, and for this daily we will call again call the map function to map over the daily data. So we have this data for this daily section here. Okay, let's remove the curly braces because it expects a return statement. So that's why we just have to put it here like this, and then an empty fragment here. Okay, now let's grab this whole thing, the whole thing that you can see here. We have this, so let's grab this whole thing and put it. Okay, we the div is here. Okay, fine, let's grab this thing and put it inside of this daily data. Okay, let's put it. Now let's save this. You will see here we will have our daily data also there. Okay, so we have this daily data here. Okay, fine. Now the only thing that is left is just to render the whole thing. So we have an icon first of all. So we have an icon there for the daily data. Okay, so we have an image, and for this source, let's grab the source from there. Okay, let's grab this source, copy this. Okay, let me copy this. Okay, we have just copied this and paste it down for the source that we have there. Okay, we have this image. Okay, so instead of this we just put the source here. Okay, so we have a data for this thing. So let me see here the data for this daily. So for this daily we have an icon that is inside of this weather. Okay, and inside of this weather 0 we have this icon D. Okay, fine. Now so we'll see here all the icons will be rendered on the screen. Then we have a temperature, we have date, and we have the description. So for this temperature we just put it that we have already copied. Let's copy this. We just want to convert this to the Celsius. So that's why we will just subtract it from 273.15 to convert it in the Celsius. And we have a temperature. Okay, so we have a temperature for the daily. So let's see where we have this temperature. So we have a temperature inside of this minimum maximum. Okay, so we just show the temperature in the minimum or the maximum. Okay, so we have the data dot temp dot maximum for maximum data, and minimum for the minimum data, right? So minimum temperature for the minimum here. So let's copy this, and instead of this let's put it max, and here we have this min. Now we have the minimum and the maximum temperature for that respective day. And then the only thing that is left here, that is the description. Okay, so let's put the description also. So we will get the description from the weather there. So instead of this we just put here data dot weather 0 dot description, like this. So we have this description here. Okay, now let's save this. So we will have a description here also. Okay, nothing is showing here. Description is full name. Okay, so let's put the whole name here, description. Okay, so we have now you can see here the description is also coming here. Okay, the only thing that is left is the date. Date is basically a day, that is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, like that. So we have a date. So for this let's remove this, and instead of this we just call a function that is a display day. So let's call a function that is a display day, and here we just put the day. So basically the day we have a date actually there. Here we have this date. So we just put it here, data data.day data.dt, like data.dt. Let's call a function at the top, that is a display day function. So display day const display day, like this. We have a date as an object here. What we will do, we'll simply convert it to the unique convert it to the normal date, JavaScript date. So we just multiply it by 1000 here. Okay, so for this we have a day. Okay, right now we just simply want to return that, say that thing. So we have a const day, that is actual day, and here where we have created a days array, right? We have already created a days array. If you see at the top, we have created a days array. So basically it just return an index of that. So means 0 means Sunday, 1 means Monday, 2 means Tuesday, like that. So you just return the okay, let's put it where or const. Okay, so we just simply return the index. So that's why we have a day dot get day, right, like this. Okay, now here we just simply put the return statement. So let's return this. So return, and here we have this day. So let's put that day here. Okay, now let's save this. You will see here it will be converted now: Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday. Now you can see here it is Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. So this is how we convert the Unix system to the normal JavaScript date object and time object. So we are done with this. The only thing that is left is the language. So for this language, what you have to do in the API, if you see at the API that we already have here. So here for the API, you have to simply put a language that is langs that, or we already have created an state for that. So here we just put langs here. Okay, now let's save this. Okay, so we have saved it now. Okay, fine. So we have saved it. Okay, so let's compile it first of all. Okay, so we have an Afrikaans language here that is automatically selected here. So now we will hit the enter button. So it will be automatically converted to the Afrikaans. Okay, so let's convert it to German. Okay, so it is now converted to the German. If you see here, it is converted to the German data that we have here. Okay, so it is converted to the German here. Okay, now let's search for another thing here. We are done with this build. If you see here, we are done here. We have already done with the whole things here. Now we can now play with this weather application here. Okay, so now let's search for New Jersey, that is in the US. So New Jersey, hit the enter button. Now you can see here the New Jersey US, and now you can see here the description that we have. It is inside of the selected thing, that is a German here, right? So this is it is coming in the German here. Okay, let's put it convert the language to the back to the Chinese. I don't know about Chinese, but you can see here we have the description is converted to the Chinese here. Okay, we can convert this the whole thing in Swedish language also. So here we have this whole thing in the Swedish language also, right? We can have this thing in Hindi. So basically through this API you can search for almost 2 lakh, up to 2 lakh cities weather. So you can get the real-time weather of almost more than 2 lakh cities at a time. So this is the whole weather application that we have built in React. And if you like this video, make sure to subscribe this channel and drop a like button, or simply drop your love in the comment box. Also if you have any doubts, you can simply ask your queries on my Instagram. I will drop the link of the Instagram in the description. I will pretty much active on the Instagram, so you will